Hello everyone, I'm your host Shiva. Welcome to the Next Level Conversation series, a vodcast that truly follows the journey of our industrial experts and their knowledge in culture and business. Thank you very much for your response and support for our premiere episode. If you have not watched it yet, click the link shared in the description below. Our guest today is a true reflection of growth mindset. He has inspired many individuals to break barriers and also reach new heights. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Khalid Shaikh.
Thank you very much, Shiva, for having me here. Growth mindset has been really fundamental in my growth in terms of both my professional career as well as my personal development.
Okay. Can you share a bit about your journey and also how adopting this mindset has been influencing your career and leadership?
Yeah, look, I think I started off my career as all students with an engineering degree. And then I got into sales because that was the area that I thought I'm very good at. I started off my journey as a sales engineer to begin with. And then eventually I came into Atlas Copco a few years later. And I think my journey in Atlas Copco has been tremendous. And I think growth mindset has been very central in terms of my career growth in Atlas Copco. Right from the beginning, when I joined Atlas Copco as a sales manager, and then eventually my growth to being a general manager of a customer center like Malaysia and Singapore, which in terms of size and volume of business is quite important for Atlas Copco.
So Mr. Khalid, we have seen tremendous growth from Malaysia and Singapore. So let's talk about some of the key strategies and initiatives that have driven success for both Malaysia and Singapore Customer Center.
Yeah, look, Shiva, I think the key strategy for Atlas Copco is bringing customer to the center of our entire focus. So I think as Malaysia and Singapore organization, I think we have focused a lot on the customers, but also it's our passionate people who have brought this success. Whether we talk about our salespeople, whether we talk about our customer service, whether we talk about our rest of the organization, the support organization, and most importantly, I think our field service engineers. I think they are the ones that are actually delivering very high quality service to our customers, which then brings the customers back to Atlas Copco, and that helps our growth.
With both countries growing differently in different sectors in Q1, how do we cater to the demand and what is really our focus area for the coming years?
Yeah, look, I think both Malaysia and Singapore are very important growth markets for Atlas Copco Group in general, whether it's the compressor technique business or whether it's the other businesses. If you really look at Malaysia, it's a very different market compared to Singapore. Malaysia is very focused on electronics. With the China Plus One strategy, I think Malaysia is getting a lot of investments. So I think within the electronics segment, Malaysia is doing well, but also Malaysia is doing very well in producing food and beverage items.
Okay.
So I think that is another area that I think is a growth area for Malaysia. And besides that, then there is energy and petrochemicals. And lately, we have seen a lot of investments in hydrogen, for instance. So I think Malaysia is very ambitious, talking about the hydrogen economy and talking about growth within the hydrogen segment. I think that describes a little bit about our strategy and our focus on Malaysia. When it comes to Singapore, I think Singapore is predominantly a technology-driven country. And I think we see a lot of investments in electronics also in Singapore, but more high-end in terms of technology. But besides that, Singapore is also seeing a lot of investments in pharma, for instance, and health.
Okay.
Especially the high-end pharmaceutical companies are investing in Singapore. And besides that, we see investments within the aviation segment and also the marine segment. So in summary, I think both these markets present a lot of opportunity for Atlas Copco for growth.
Moving on from business, here's a trick question for you. If not a general manager, what would you be doing?
Yeah, Shiva, you put me on spot. It's indeed a trick question. Look, as a general manager, I think you're leading people towards success. And if I look at something similar, then probably I'm looking at a coaching assignment. So coaching assignment in sports. And I think being an Indian, I think we all love cricket. And I think a cricket coach would be an ideal choice if I were not a general manager. Because I think as a general manager, you win business, and as a coach, you win trophies.
All right.
So it's all about winning.
Okay, that would be a really dynamic career choice. Your insights into the power of growth mindset and the development of Atlas Copco Malaysia and Singapore have been truly enlightening. Thank you, Mr. Khalid. It was a privilege to have you on board for our Next Level Conversation series.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
For our viewers, stay tuned as we'll be back with another episode of Next Level Conversation.